Hey everybody, welcome to Breakfast All Day. Matt, Christy, Alonso. The Academy Awards came out this week.
The Academy Award nominations came out this week.
The Academy Award nominations came out this week. So sorry. Yes.
I was awake.
Sorry.
I was awake early for it.
Really?
Yes, out of sheer habit. I just still get up that early.
Not for obligation. You just
No, for fun. And you know what's so fun was that Chris was watching it on the live stream on his laptop, which was. It came before the actual thing on television.
Yeah.
So he'd see the category coming up and he's going to go, oh, you're going to be pissed. Oh, you're going to, or oh, you're going to like this one. Or he'd go, oh, no J-Lo. And I'm like, no, what do you mean no J-Lo? How is there no J-Lo? That's the real news here.
These nominations are terrible this year.
Except for the fact that Parasite got 6, which I'm really happy about. It's
Sure,
thrilling.
sure.
That's historic.
But Justin Chang had a great piece in the LA Times about the fact that none of the actors got nominated for that movie.
Song Kang-ho should be in there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, this is one of the first years that I understand how you feel. Like I could not care less.
Why? What are you unhappy about?
Well, 11 nominations for Joker is really excessive.
It seems like a lot.
And as I tweeted the other day, man, if we're gonna, I get that every Scorsese movie gets nominated anymore, but we really needed just to nominate the one with the gangsters, not the clown one.
So Joker got nominated for picture, director, actor, score, costume
for the one suit. The one suit. What else in that movie is costume interesting?
Yeah. A lot of stuff. I guess we should go through what else is up for Best Picture. So let me just really fast.
We had 9 this year.
There were 9 this year. 1917, Ford versus Ferrari. I thought of you when I saw that.
I
know how much you like that.
That didn't surprise me. Those were some nominations.
Right.
But Gerwig didn't get nominated.
Yeah. Well, hold on. You're skipping ahead. Let me do the Best Picture nominees first. So 1917, Ford versus Ferrari, Joker, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Parasite, The Irishman, Little Women, Jojo Rabbit, and Marriage Story.
Yeah, Joker doesn't deserve it. Whatever Joker stands. I said it.
Yeah.
It's not Best Picture material.
Yeah. And then Best Director is Tarantino, Todd Phillips, Bong Joon-ho. Again, historic. Martin Scorsese and Sam Mendes. So.
I've been cynical about the Oscars for a long time, so I can't dredge up new horror over this. Just as an experiment, what do you think is the single worst nomination?
The single worst nomination, in any category for anything.
That's fair.
Todd Phillips for director is a bad one.
I was going to go The Lion King for visual effects.
I thought that too. That's very strange. I'm looking through all the nominations.
So considering, I do wonder a little bit, considering how the various branches nominate things, is it that everyone in that branch worked on The Lion King? Because anymore, when you watch, if you stay, we know this from Marvel movies, if you stay all the way through a Marvel movie, there'll be sometimes 10 or 12 visual effects houses, and it is a lot of people.
I would say also I'm not a big fan of the Joker score. The screenplay and the score, I found the score very heavy-handed and just hammering into you what you're supposed to be feeling all the time. It felt quite oppressive to me. And also, what is a memorable element of John Williams' Star Wars score this year? The whole music branch is a whole fucked up thing, itself. But
somebody, there was a black film critic on Twitter who said that the fact that the one person of color nominated in the entire all 4 acting categories, is playing Harriet Tubman, it feels like a joke they would have cut from the critic for being too on the nose.
That is unfortunate that the Academy over the past several years supposedly has made all these strides toward diversifying in terms of age, in terms of ethnicity, and we still get a whole bunch of white people and then a black actress playing Harriet Tubman. Yes.
Mark Harris pointed out that there's been this narrative among the Oscar punditocracy that the givens in the Best Actress category were Zellweger and Charlize Theron and Saoirse Ronan and the other one, I'm forgetting. Scarlett Johansson,
two-time nominee this year.
And that meant that there was one slot left for all of the actresses of color to duke it out for. So Awkwafina and Cynthia Erivo and all these people, and it's well, says who? Why is it that who says that those performances don't stack up against these? But again, all of this is sort of predicated on the notion of like what studio is spending enough money on the For Your Consideration campaign to even get you that far in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, Mary Kay Place. She is my like go-to for that this year. She won the LA Film Critics Award for Best Actress. She won the National Society of Film Critics Award for Best Actress. She is a Spirit Award nominee. IFC has zero money to spend on receptions for her and billboards and all that stuff.
Right.
So she's not even considered part of the Oscar conversation. Nobody thought she had even a prayer in this. And is it because her performance wasn't great? No. It's because
it's money.
It's money.
Yeah.
So
it's campaigning, as it always has been. Even in this truncated Oscar season, it's only 4 weeks or so between nominations and the actual show.
We're no longer in the era where like studios literally forced all of their employees to like, you're only voting for MGM movies this year.
Yeah.
But it's still, there's all that other stuff at play. So these awards are nonsense, and they will continue to be nonsense. And if you want to take them seriously, great. But like, really, look at what critics groups voted for. Film critics that you like individually, maybe not me, I can live with that. But ones that you do, see what they picked. That's going to give you a much more interesting and cohesive view of what the last year of movies were like than the Academy Awards.
And the Spirit Awards too are for me my Oscars in a lot of ways,
totally.
because they will choose things that are more interesting.
And they saw more of the movies.
Yes. I am really bummed about Jennifer Lopez not getting nominated. I mean, Kathy Bates is lovely and all, but I'm not, and I can totally picture what that one scene is that got her that nomination.
Totally.
But I don't know how you deny J-Lo. I'm also really bummed about Adam Sandler not getting nominated for Uncut Gems. That got nothing at all.
Nor did Dolomite Is My Name.
That's shocking too. That should be in there for screenplay. That should be there for costume design. Eddie Murphy, of course, should be in there. Wesley Snipes is great.
Divine Joy Randolph.
But I think Netflix has been focusing on their other two movies.
On Marriage Story and Irishman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. And they got two of the animated nominations this year with Klaus and I Lost My Body.
Klaus is a nice surprise. Yeah. It's a really good movie.
I was happy to see Honeyland get a nomination.
It got 2 nominations.
Yeah.
It got documentary and foreign language film.
Unprecedented, by the way.
I was glad to see that.
I'm thrilled about that.
We loved that.
And actually, Netflix also had 2 popes.
That's true, and 2 popes is in there for Jonathan Pryce
and Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, and is it Pain and Glory got nominated for foreign language
Best performance as a pope.
Exactly.
Name that pope.
Best pope performance.
I was thinking about you though, Alonso, when I was outraged by some of the people who did not get nominated. And I was thinking about the thing you always say, like, you can't take them seriously in either direction. You can't be thrilled by the good ones and then also be unhappy by the bad ones. You have to just move on.
Tune it all out.
I like the fact that it's possible that Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig might get Oscars on the same night in 2 different categories, right? Because Noah Baumbach's an original for Marriage Story, and Greta Gerwig is an adapted for Little Women. Would have been tremendous to see her get a Best Director nomination for Little Women, but it got Saoirse and Florence Pugh, and it got costume, and it got score, which the score is exquisite.
Yeah, I wish cinematography also, that would have, because Yorick LaSalle this year, in 2019, shot Little Women and High Life, which are both brilliantly shot and couldn't look more different from each other if you tried.
Yes, it's hard to imagine that anybody that 1917 doesn't get cinematography for
and who shot that? Matt?
Roger Deakins.
Who? Was that my boyfriend? My boyfriend Roger Deakins.
Who is Roger who?
He's a scrappy up and comer, but he's got an eye. He's got a great eye.
Diane Warren, has she still not won yet? Is she still the Susan Lucci of the Best Song category? Because she's up for that breakthrough
Who understands that reference anymore?
I understand it. You know what did not get nominated was that Taylor Swift song from Cats.
Nope.
The song that they interrupted memory for.
It didn't even make the short list.
Oh. The Cats got, you'll be shocked to learn that Cats got no nominations for anything.
They pulled it off of the For Your Consideration website.
It's so
they weren't even trying. It was, They're
going to sweep at the Razzies.
But they did not nominate the editor of 1917, which surprises me because while people think that's a non-job, no, this is the guy who
to make it seamless
played a key role in making it look like the illusion of the one take. So
anyway, and John Williams with his 52nd nomination. by the way. Anyway,
But
so
yeah, Honeyland is the very first film to be nominated simultaneously for documentary and international.
I think that's really cool.
Like docs have been nominated in the international category before, but they've never like double
Been
dipped.
both, right? And Parasite is in both foreign language and Best Picture.
Yeah,
That's
which
exciting.
means it's going to win foreign language. Like if Ben were here with the Vegas odds, like
Yeah.
you would have to bet $500 to win $5 on
Yeah.
Parasite winning Best Foreign Film.
Well, the Thursday before Oscars, let's do some picks. Let's see what we think is going to
Okay.
happen, or
Sure.
what we think will be shocking, or
Why not?
the hostless Oscars once again. No one. Ricky Gervais is the last host of anything ever in our lifetime.
No, Tina and Tina Fey and
Are
Amy
they
Poehler
coming
have already
back?
committed for next year's Golden
Oh,
Globes.
thank God.
So, whew,
Anyways, we'll talk about Oscars some more, whether you want us to or not.
indeed. All right. Well,
We should host the Oscars.
No one wants to hear
no,
what we have to
you know
say.
what? Bibbs gets it right every time. The Muppets. Get the Muppets to host.
That
the
would be
Oscars.
great.
Or
The
The
Muppets,
Rock.
The Muppets or Dolly Parton. Everybody loves them.
Or The Rock.
Or The Rock.
The Muppets and Dolly Parton.
Boom. Hollywood, we're giving you gold now. All right. Thanks for watching. Follow us on the social media at BFestAllDay. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/BFestAllDay. We're talking about trailers and TV recaps. We're just about to dig into HBO's The Outsider. And thanks for watching. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.